Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Twitch and on YouTube, we are playing live NFL trivia for over $250 in cash prizes guaranteed. Link to play below. Come test your football knowledge and win our largest cash prize of the season. And now, on with our feature presentation. December 17, 2023. It's week 15 of the NFL season, and we've got an NFC battle on our hands at SoFi Stadium between the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Rams. For the Commanders, the main team in our story, this season has been a complete disaster. And I think that goes without saying. The team has lost 9 of its last 11 games, and they find themselves at 4-9 and in turmoil after allowing 90 points over their last 2 games and making some changes to their staff. Still, if they somehow win this game against the Rams, then with 3 to play, they only find themselves 1 game out of the ever-tight playoff picture in the NFC. A loss here and their season is officially over. But with a win, it would take a minor miracle, but you would find yourself in the thick of things if enough things went your way. Unfortunately for the Commanders, they find themselves down 28-14, trailing by 14 points with 2.5 minutes left in the contest. The good news, though, is that they have the ball at the 1-yard line. I should know that they had the ball at the 1 with about 5 minutes left, but on the same possession, due to an extreme lack of urgency and a penalty, they still have it there, but 2.5 minutes later. It's amazing, but it's absolutely imperative that you score before the 2-minute warning, so that you can get that extra time out and keep your realistic chances at winning this game alive. You must score before the 2-minute mark. No questions asked. First down, and run by Chris Rodriguez gets stuffed and loses 2 yards. Well, that stinks, but now you've got to hurry to the line and get the next play off. You've got to hurry to the line and get the next... Are you kidding me, Ron? How are you this slow on offense? Where's the urgency? Where's the pace? Why are you not calling a play? Why are you taking it to the 2-minute warning? Ron Rivera, what the heck are you doing? Well, I'm sure not calling a play here won't backfire in any way whatsoever. Welcome to Dumb Decisions. Before I break down what happened here, this whole series is about taking an in-depth look at decisions made during games that were clearly awful from the start. This isn't something to look bad in hindsight. Rather, this is something to look awful almost immediately. These are moves where your gut instinct tells you right away that there is no way this can possibly work. And sure enough, your gut instinct was smarter than that of an NFL head coach. And for this one, we're taking a look at the mind of Washington Commanders head coach Ron Rivera. How does this man still have a job? Seriously, how does this man still have a job? This season has been a complete and utter failure. He fired his defensive coordinator, Jack Del Rio, so that he could control the defense after that debacle against Dallas. What followed was a loss against Miami, where his team allowed 45 points, and this game against the Rams, where one of the touchdowns was with Cooper Kupp in a completely different area code. And his in-game management decisions, time and time again, have been abysmal. I've lost count on how many episodes I've done on Ron Rivera so far. This feels like the 5th one I've done on the man in 2023 alone. How is that possible? How can you have 5 dumb decisions in 1 single calendar year? It just doesn't add up. But Ron Rivera finds a way. Through his own incompetence and stupidity, oh man does he find a way. And as long as he has a job, he's going to give me material. Because all the dumb decisions I've done on him so far, you'll be able to find in the upper right corner throughout this video at random points. So with that being said, let's take a look at why showing no urgency whatsoever with 2.5 minutes left in the contest at the 1-yard line is a really bad idea. And really, you could go back even further. You can go back to when they had first and goal at the 1-yard line with 4:47 left. The rabbit hole is never ending. It's amazing how much time they wasted here. I'll just focus on the 2:27 mark because it makes it cleaner and easier. But in reality, you can add an extra 2.5 minutes onto this. Because if there was any urgency whatsoever, there is a solid chance that the Commanders get the ball back, and this is not their last drive of the game. Now let's say that with 2:27 left you call that play, and it loses 2 yards, like it did. I don't necessarily hate running the ball there at the 1-yard line, We can debate whether you should go run or pass there in that spot, but that's not what this is about. Let's say you run that play with 2:27 left, and it loses what it ended up losing. The tackle was made with 2:22 left. It takes about 12 seconds from that spot to get reset and get back to the line. So if you show some urgency, you're snapping this ball with 2:10 left. A passing play takes about 4 seconds to accomplish there. So on second down, you throw the ball. Let's say you successfully score on second down. Alright, you've now scored with 2:06 left on the clock. By scoring before the 2-minute warning, you just gave yourself an extra timeout. And this opens up a ton of possibilities. You don't have to go for the onside kick. So long as you kick the ball out of the back of the end zone for a touchback, you force the Rams to call their first play of the next drive with 2:06 left. Now, let's go to the chalkboard and break down what could happen here in a scenario where the Rams get a first down on the first play, but then are unable to get a first down on their next 3 plays, keeping in mind that you have all 3 of your timeouts. The first down play gets you to the 2-minute warning, where the clock stops. Assume each run takes 5 seconds. The first down run gets you to 1:55, where you call your first timeout. The second down run gets you to 1:50, where you call your second timeout. The third down run gets you to 1:45, where you call your third timeout. Just like that, the Rams are punting the ball back to you, and you have 1:38 to go, however far you need to score in order to score the touchdown. That's absolutely doable. Let's look now at that same exact scenario where you show no urgency whatsoever on offense and take it down to the 2-minute warning like an incompetent moron. You score a touchdown on second down with that passing play. Whoop-de-freaking-do! There's 1:56 left on the clock, so you no longer have the 2-minute warning available at your disposal. Same scenario where the Rams get a first down on the first play, and then no first downs the rest of the way. On the first down run, the Rams take it from 1:56 to 1:51, where you call your first timeout. Now, the new first down run, and that takes it down to 1:46, where you call your second timeout. The second down run takes it down to 1:41, where you call your third timeout. The third down run takes it down to 1:36, which then goes down to 56 seconds due to the 40-second play clock. The Rams punt it away with 56 seconds, and you now have 49 seconds or so to drive down the field with no timeouts at your disposal. By showing no urgency, in the same exact defensive scenario, you have 49 seconds versus 98 seconds. Your time has quite literally been cut in half. That's an extra 8 or so plays potentially that you're missing out on, all because you didn't get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. Or how about a different scenario? Let's assume a scenario where the Rams don't get the first down initially, but get the first down on second down. However, after that, they don't pick up another first down. Back to the chalkboard. Assuming you score before the 2-minute warning because you got a playoff, first down, and the Rams take it to the 2-minute warning. Second down, and the Rams get the first down with 1:55 left, so you burn your first timeout. New set of downs, and the Rams run the ball and take 5 seconds off the clock. With 1:50 left, you burn your second timeout. Second down, and the Rams take 5 more seconds off with a run, so you call timeout with 1:45 left, your final timeout. Third down, and the Rams take 5 seconds off the clock to 1:40, then take another 40 seconds off the play clock. The Rams punt it back to you with a minute left, so you have 53 seconds left to drive down the field. You at least have a chance. However, let's say that it's the exact same scenario, but this time, you don't call a play before the 2-minute warning because you're an idiot. So you score with 1:56 left, but after the 2-minute warning. Same set of circumstances. First down, and the Rams take 5 seconds off the clock to 1:51. You call a timeout. Second down, and the Rams get the first down and take 5 seconds off the clock to 1:46. You burn your second timeout. New set of downs, and on first down, the Rams run and take 5 seconds off the clock, so you burn your third and final timeout at 1:41. Second down, and the Rams take 5 seconds off the clock with a run to 1:36, plus 40 seconds off the play clock, down to 56 seconds. Third down, and the Rams take 5 seconds off the clock with a run to 51 seconds, plus 40 seconds off the play clock, down to 11 seconds. 4th down, and they're either taking an intentional safety or punting this ball out of bounds or something along those lines. But long story short, barring a miracle, you're not getting the ball back. Call a play before the 2-minute warning, and you'll have a minute or thereabout. Don't, and the game is over. Gee, that's a tough call. That's a tough freaking call to make. You picked quite literally the worst time to show no sense of urgency whatsoever. And remember, they had 1st and goal with 4:47 left. I just picked the part at 2:27 for the sake of simplicity, seeing as that was a new set of downs. They could have had way more plays and actually had a chance to win this one. But nope, because Ron Rivera is clueless. After the game, someone asked Rivera about the clock management at the end, which I have to be honest, I'm super impressed by, seeing as I was not expecting someone to ask that question, considering that the main story of the game was that Sam Howell got benched for Jacoby Brissett. But I'm glad that someone did, because holy cow, Rivera's explanation was downright baffling. He is so unfit to be a head coach, and it's answers like this that show that. Rivera said, I kid you not, that they were trying to get the plays off as quickly as possible. Which, I'm sorry, but if that's as quick as possible, then you need to fire everyone involved. A grandma on a walker in the fruit section of the grocery store moves faster than you did on that sequence. Rivera also said that the team still had 3 timeouts, which kind of contradicts what you said. So you said you wanted to get the plays off quickly, presumably because you were mindful of the clock. But then you said you had 3 timeouts, so you weren't worried about the clock? There's no logic here! There's no freaking logic here! That's the frustrating part about Ron Rivera this season. Everything that he has done lacks logic. I'm not entirely surprised that this man might be the dumbest coach in football, seeing as last year, he didn't know that his team could get eliminated from the playoffs with a loss. But he somehow found a way to get even dumber this year. Even the Andy Reid Eagles at Super Bowl 39 are laughing at how slow you went there. Seriously, Ron, how are you so bad at managing the clock? Week after week, this keeps happening. Week after week, nothing changes. It is getting ridiculous. After the horrible loss in the game between these teams behind me right here, Ron Rivera has 3 games left as the Commanders head coach before his tenure mercifully comes to an end. Now, do I think he's going to get fired before then? I don't think so. I think they would have made the switch after the Dallas game if they were going to. Plus, if you fired Ron Rivera, you would have 3 defensive play callers in the span of a month. Is there anyone left on the staff that can even call a defense? You got rid of Del Rio. If you get rid of Rivera, who's left? I honestly don't know. Having said that, though, when Rivera gets fired after the season, it'll be for a lot of reasons. Not just the losses, not just the incompetence in the press conferences, but it's also going to be because of awful clock management skills like we've seen all season and like we especially saw in the game on Sunday. So what do we learn from all of this? When you're losing a game, time is your worst enemy. So you need to do everything possible to manipulate time in order to gain possessions and gain opportunities. And that means that the last thing you can be doing in that situation is wasting time and dilly-dallying, especially with your season on the line, and especially when you can get the extra time out before the 2-minute warning. If you have a chance to gain extra seconds when you're losing, take that chance. If you have a chance to get more scoring opportunities, take that chance. The last thing you can afford to do is, well, whatever the heck Ron Rivera was doing. And if you, at any moment in your life, think of doing anything that Ron Rivera does when it comes to managing a clock, then pause and reevaluate your life choices. Seriously, reevaluate everything. Because when all these elements are in play, you can't exactly be surprised when this play backfires. Talk about a dumb decision. Get your official Jaguar Gear 9 merchandise by going to jj9shop.com, and be sure to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel out a lot. Join me every Wednesday night where we'll play NFL Trivia for cash prizes at 9 p.m. Eastern over on Twitch. To learn more about the history of college football, subscribe to Jaguar Gator 8. To learn more about the history of Major League Baseball, subscribe to Jaguar Gator 7. Also, special thanks to all of our Patreon supporters for helping out the channel. Your support is greatly appreciated. See how you can become a patron and request future video topics in the description below.